And there we go. My desktop is not right. Oh man, I spent like an hour configuring this thing and now my desktop screws up. And I know why. Just a sec. There we go. That should fix it. So how's everyone doing today? Now, I'm not sure how long of a delay there is. I'm just going to do a quick test. So, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, 6, 1,000, 7, 1,000, 8, 1,000, 9, 1,000, 10, 1,000. So it's about 11-second delay. So for anyone asking any questions, about 11 seconds right now. Hopefully everything's synced up. That's what took me the longest to do. Got home a little bit late. Oh, don't want that. And I'm just jumping into Discord. I just want to make sure I'm in the right room. Just so I'm not disturbing everyone. Okay. So as long as everyone can hear me okay, I'm good. I'm all tangled up my old Raspberry Pi project. There we go. Okay. I want to make a new game, but I think I want to use all the assets in here. We'll just, already got the assets in there. We'll just continue on from there. We'll just make a new scene. I am going to have to change where my sound comes from, though, or you won't be able to hear it. There we go. Now I can play music and not have to worry about a copyright strike. Okay. Let me see. This is new. Put it to the screen. So what time zone is everyone in? Okay, so new scene. Save it off into the scenes folder. I do have a level 1. I'm just going to call it game. Let's call it live level 1. This is my player. I've got my animator on him. Let's quickly grab a sprite. I'm going to have to clean some of this up since I don't need it anymore. Okay, let's zoom in on this one. Oh, missing chat. Let me catch up here real quick. Oh, it's 2 a.m. there. Yeah, that's what I was thinking because it's so late. But this is unfortunate. Was the time I had to do it. Bulgaria, Venezuela, Brazil. For me, it's 7:21 right now. That's late even by my time. Actually, if you go over to Pacific time, US, that would make it, what, 3 hours or 4 something? So good for them, bad for, and okay for me, bad for everyone else. Woo! Yeah, I'll keep me up a couple hours. Okay. It's been a while since I've been in this scene, so I just want to go ahead and see what state my character control and everything else is in. I might have to add stuff to it. Yeah, drag, drop you in, put you right there. I need to flag that as ground. And let's put a collider on it as well. So I want a box 2D collider. Let's make sure it's on the ground layer. There we go. Okay, so I've got my character controller on a good start state. I think that's exactly the way it was in the video. Perfect. Tomorrow, I already know tomorrow's video is going to be a Mechanim video. We're going to be shooting fireballs from this guy. So shooting fireballs in 2D. I'll probably set it up as a trigger. And yeah, that's probably it. I need it for class, and that's why it'll be tomorrow's. I've got to adjust something on the camera. There we go. So that's why we'll have that tomorrow. The 5:22. New Mexico. I guess that's Central Time. Not sure. I'm just a silly Canadian. Okay, so we got that. Today, really, I just kind of wanted to hang out, chit chat. If anyone has any questions about anything, go ahead, let me know. While you're doing that, I'm going to try to build a game in the background. Okay. I should have some exciting news next week for building handheld Unity devices. But we'll see. I wish there's a way to overlay my chat here so I can see the chat as well instead of having to turn my head. But I'll live. Do me a favor. Go ahead and share. Share the stream on your social networks if you can. Let's see if we can't fill this room up a bit. I do have Patreon. It should be down in the links. Almost everything I do, I put up on YouTube, so it's not like there's any hidden things in Patreon. I upload the source code there every so often. Actually, I upload the projects to Patreon, so you can download them through Patreon. I keep them in a Dropbox folder, so they're not always going to be available for everyone. So I just, as it starts to fill up, I just rotate out the older stuff. Then, you know, if it becomes requested and something else isn't being downloaded, I'll just go ahead and remove that. But yeah, Dropbox is the way I store it. All right, so let's go ahead. We got the square. I'm going to need a background. Okay. Yeah, I like the Raspberry Pi. When I was younger, back in the old days. Now, it was back in probably like the 80s. I used to do a lot of electronics, but back then it was a lot more involved, we'll say. And especially if you screwed something up, like you could easily lose hundreds of dollars worth of electronics, one little glitch. And since I've been playing around with the Raspberry Pi, it's just like rekindled that in me. And like now I screw up. Worst case scenario is like, ooh, I lost a Raspberry Pi. Or maybe I lost my Raspberry Zero. Ooh, I lost a $5 computer. Let's go get another one. Even the Raspberry Pi itself, like $35. If my son accidentally screws it up, I'm not that worried about it. I'll get another one. I've got a few here already. This was the circuit we did the other day. I still haven't got around to taking it apart. I don't have the next one planned. I'll probably do something with sound because we haven't done that yet. And I have a lot of sensors that I went and picked up, a whole kit of them. So I'll probably start rotating the sensors in. I'm going to start actually building real things with it though. Those will be weekend projects, so it might break it up over a couple of videos. But yeah. The reason why I started the Raspberry Pi stuff is I'm going to be teaching a summer class on it. So I needed the content for it anyway. So I don't like the textbooks. I like doing video instead of writing a book. It's easier for me to update something changes. The way I'm doing my videos now, very concise topics. So if Unity, for instance, comes in and changes, I don't know, the hinge joint, I don't have to worry about going through a game and going, oh my God, I, you know, played around with the hinge joint in these 4 different videos. I've got to somehow try to update them and, you know, try to keep the flow of the videos consistent. Now I just go ahead and change that one video and just keep all my gaming stuff, you know, together. I can put like a little annotation, you know, here's a video to the hinge joint. That's the reason why I'm doing it that way. But yeah, there'll be a lot more Raspberry Pi stuff. It seems to be really popular too. My #1 video this month was the Raspberry Pi opening video. And I did that on the 14th. Oh, sorry, it was last month. So it was only up there for half of the time that a lot of those other videos were. So there'll be more. But anyway. Disaster. Can I breadboard a Raspberry? I'm not really sure. Do you mean like a Raspberry Pi or? Oh, can you go out and just buy all the chips and put it on? You could. You'd need a bigger breadboard than this. All the chips in the Raspberry Pi itself are not, like, there's nothing special there. You could go out and buy all that, but I'd rather just have the $35 board myself. Hello, Christian. Yeah, there'll be more videos. Right now, it's just a matter of getting time to do them. Doing one video a day. Today I was going to do a live stream. I originally meant to do it around noon, but I just got busy. I wasn't in, so I couldn't do it. Let me just quickly think about this so I can start putting this together while we talk. What kind do I want? Do a castle, do a dirt level, grass, sand. Let's do sand because you throw some beach and stuff like that in there as well. My pivot points are in the center, which is fine for terrain. I don't mind that. It's Clampton Point. Okay. Just to make sure, I'm going to select them all. Yeah, they're all there. Okay. So let's go ahead. Well, before we do any of this, let's just do it with just a square. We'll go ahead and we'll prototype out the whole level using just this. So how many people here are here for Unity and how many people here are here for the Raspberry Pi? I need my clamp cam. I did not make my clamp cam into a prefab. Let's go fix that. There we go. Prefabs, we'll go drop that in. Come on. Hopefully it's not laggy. It should be okay. It's an old iMac though. Which reminds me, let's turn the lighting off. Oh, it is off. All right. Clamp cam didn't save. There we go. I see text scrolling. I'll get to it in just a second. Just want to get my clamp cam in. Great. And I need a target. That's down here. Let's make sure it's clamping right. Okay. We'll have to fix that, but that's fine. It's moving with me a bit. That's what it's supposed to. We'll go ahead and change the X. Oh, we'll play with that in a minute. Let me catch up on chat real quick. There will be more UNet stuff, but it probably won't be till closer to summer. It'll be the end of the school term where I'll be doing that again. And I'm not sure, actually, it's been a while since I've used UNet, so I'm not sure what state it's in right now as well. I've got it run. I've got the Raspberry Pi. Oh, 2 audio listeners. I've got the Raspberry Pi running Unity. It's just right now, all the versions of Android for the Raspberry Pi rely on the CPU for graphics. And eventually someone will come up and write a GPU. I don't want to do it. I just don't. It takes too long. My watch it. Don't like wearing my watch when I'm trying to type. It just bounces, gets stuck. Okay. X min. Let's do -300 for now. X max. Let's do 300. That should give me lots of room to move. There we go. Now the camera's going to follow me a bit more. Okay. Next, kill floor. And I'm not sure if I have that as a prefab. I don't, man. What was I doing? I'm pretty sure I made a kill floor. I know I made a demo on it. Kill floor. There we go. I could be using multi-scene editing here for it, but I still don't like multi-scene editing. Okay, so I thought I had a sprite here just turned off. I want a visual in here. I'll just toggle it on and off, and I actually want to move it up to the top. There we go. Second place, it's easier for me to turn on and off. And where's that box collider? There we go. Fits perfectly, so now I can just scale this way. Bit more. And I just want a small level for tonight. I'm going to be putting a wall here so we can't go any further. So about there. Perfect. Turn that off. And I do need a respawn point for that. Do I not? Yeah, spawn point. So let's go ahead and make a spawn point. With that position, we'll do it right about here. Now let's do it up a bit so I fall down. Take the kill floor, drag the spawn point into it. There we go. Let's try it out. There we go. And it dumps me back. Let me quickly catch up. Well, you have to get a version of Linux that supports the ARM architecture, and I haven't found one that does it well yet. Android's your best bet. Unity does not support ARM architecture, so you have to find an OS that does, that Unity supports. And there are some Linux builds that do. I haven't tried the new Windows ARM build yet. But Windows, a little bit heavier to begin with. You know, it's Raspberry Pi. It's a $35 machine. It's not a powerhouse by any means. I want the lightest operating system I can put on it. And a lot of stuff in Android still doesn't work, like a lot of the about menu stuff. But all the stuff that I care about does, except for the graphics driver. Okay, so we have that. I want the jumps to be a little quicker. We just need a bit more power shooting us up. Let's try. Oh, yeah, 1,000. Let's try 1,000. There we go. Good enough for me. Okay, let's keep going. And that should be hidden. We'll try that out. Have to move that a little closer together. And you can't even see those top ones. We'll have to bring all that down. I at least want to be able to see them. Except for this one. I'm going to use one of the area effectors to get up there. And we should move stuff closer. Oh, missed. And I'll have to put a trigger up here so that when you... That's how high it goes. So he's going up. So let's make the camera about 8. And I'll have to put a trigger that when you hit the area effector, the camera can go up that high, but normally I don't want it to. There we go. Perfect. Okay, we got to move this closer. We'll move all of them closer. Ah, I'm in play mode. Boo. I do not have a tint color set, do I? It's one of the first things I get the students to do the first day. Set a tint color. There we go. Now I know when I'm in play mode. Oh, I just realized. There we go. I'll open up one of the chat rooms in Discord as well, in case anyone's over there and wants to chit chat. Let's go to group room 1. That's the room I'll go in. As long as it's not being abused, I don't mind. There we go. So how's the audio? Is it still in sync? I guess I'll see in about 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the only thing I hate about setting up streaming is just getting everything synced up again. looks synced. Okay. Stag, is it Stag Dage? Anyway, hello. Okay, back to this. So we got that set up. I do want to block this off the wall. For now, I'll just duplicate it, rotate it. There you go. You should be able to hear that in chat. It shouldn't be too loud. Let me know if the volumes need to be adjusted. I did not play around with the mixer before we started. I didn't really think of it, to be honest. So let's go 90. And we can snap it. Remember what the snap key is? There we go. Let's snap it down. There we go. And that should block travel. And there we go. I'm not going to worry about physical materials. We can play around with that another time. We're going to need coins along here. Well, let's just get to the end first. So it's close enough now. Still a far jump, isn't it? I moved it closer. There we go. Okay, well, that's not close enough. We'll have to move those closer, and that's fine. Probably use control. So let's have a ramp here. Because we can use... I want to get some joints in there. I might have these controlled by joints. We did that whole series on 2D stuff. We might as well make something out of it, right? Let's grab this one. No, I'll grab this one. We'll do 45. There we go. I think that's too steep. So I'm going to make it low friction, so it's going to be slippery. Okay, so we can't go that high. Right about here. Okay. So if I bring it down to about there. Not worried about the overhang just yet. We can fix that later. I should now be able to jump up into the air. Okay, we need to extend the kill floor, but that's fine. Okay. Well, snapping is hold down the V key. Then you can also hold down Control, and it snaps. There's another snapping unit. I use Command a lot too. That's like one unit, it'll snap. So let's say I wanted this to be 3 apart. I could sit down and hold V to snap it in. Then hold down Command to go 1, 2, 3. Same thing for here. Hold down V. Snap it over here. Hold down Control. 1, 2, 3. And these settings are in your edits. Project settings. I forget already. I don't remember where the snapping is. It wasn't editor, was it? No. There is a place you can go edit them. I just don't remember them off the top of my head. Audio player. Yeah, I'm not sure which one it's under. Anyway, if someone knows, go ahead, put them in, put it in chat. I'm sure others would like to know. Hang on, just one sec. Excuse me. If this actually goes well as far as the stream quality goes, I might try to have Sunday as my streaming day. I can do it early enough in the day. Most people have Sunday off. I've got a lot of projects going on down here. I'm completely redoing the office. The office is a complete mess. So it'll also motivate me to maybe start getting the office back in shape. Okay. Can I make that jump? I'm just thinking of some simple Super Mario-ish type level. I don't want anything too complex. I just wanted to stay up a couple hours, get a little bit of work done, and see if anyone had any questions. It's pretty quiet in chat. Come on, make some noise. Okay, so I didn't lower it enough. Okay, I got to raise out in a bit because I don't want you to see it until you jump up. And I'm going to have like an area effector that blows you upward. Maybe I'll have it from over here. So there'll be like a secret area up there. So maybe at the top, if you came all the way up and then jumped from here, you'd get sucked into it and it'd blow you over. Yeah. Anyway, let's see if I can get all the way up to the top here. That's pretty close. Of course, we'll have a little more combat here with enemies. Get to the end. Have some sort of trigger at the end. Kind of like the flag in Super Mario. There we go. And I think I actually have flags in this pack. I think this pack came with them. We got rope. Thought we had flags. Torches. I could do something with the keys and the keyholes because there are keys as well. I know I want to do ladders. Ooh, lava. I'm going to do the, my kill zone is going to be lava. So where'd these keys go? Here we go. Here's the flags. So I can make a flag animation. It can be set down like this when you first get there. Wow, it's going to be increased. Then when you get it, I'll just have it start flapping. And we'll need a folder. And I'm just going to keep my flag in a different one. There we go. And where's my guy? Let's move him over here so I can see it a bit better. And obviously it's got to be bigger. And I'm just going to do it here. Well, I guess I didn't need to Z. Is that too big? So I'm just going to run into it. That's it. Might want to slow that down too. That's fine. It's a start. Let's go ahead. We'll open up its animator. Make another one. Is it under HUD? No. Items. There we go. This should be the default. We'll come over to the parameters. We'll have to add a parameter. I'm just going to set it. That doesn't really matter. Oh, we'll set it as a bool. Whoops. Keep it all one word. There we go. So when the level is done, we'll come up to the flapping flag. Instead of the limp flag. So when I get it, ta-da! I don't have a way to transition it back. I don't think I really need to because the game's going to be over, but just in case. Finish level, ta-da! Unfinished level. Do you have a purple flag? Hello. There we go. Oh, fell behind. I teach at a local high school. So at the bottom of the edit menu, there we go. Snap settings. Completely missed it. I thought it was under project settings. So yeah, you can go in and change a little bit of the snapping if you want it to be different. I've almost always gone with the default. I don't think I've ever personally changed the snap settings, although I have worked with other people that have. You can even say don't snap on certain axes. That's fine. I'd like to see how to make procedural things. Whoops. Fortunately, it will not let me expand that phrase more. Well, that sucks. We can start doing some procedural stuff probably in the summer, during summer school. Yeah, the floor is lava. What do I teach? Just general programming, electronics this summer. This summer we're going to be writing games in Python and then putting them onto our own actual devices, doing all the wiring and soldering. So at the end of the day, well, it's a 3-week class, but at the end of the class, you actually have made essentially your own Game Boy, both hardware and software. Okay. I'll turn that part off. I'll leave it on. Doesn't matter. What he? Oh, what do we? Sora, just hanging out, chit chatting while I go ahead and create a basically Super Mario type level game. Procedural rooms, yeah, it's fine. I had a game not too long ago I made with it was 2D, and it would go ahead and create a procedural room using I forget what the algorithm's called, room first or something like that. It's much faster than trying to actually draw a maze, carve stuff out. If you want to get ahead of the class, go ahead and tutor it. Go ahead and Google it. Okay. Probably should. Well, I can't put my other monitor up here because I have my light. I have a ring light. I can get really bright and blind myself. Ooh, I'm a ghost. All right, turn it back down. I'm assuming. Well, look at me glow. I'm assuming all these new people are from the live stream. Either way, welcome to the chat. Okay, so we've got that. We got a flapping flag. I'm just trying to think for the lava. I wouldn't mind having it flow. And the easy way to do that would be to not use it as a sprite, but as a texture and just use texture offsetting. Let me look at that texture a bit more. Or the sprite. Gotta get these guys in there. Poker mad. We've got some stuff here. We've got some snails. Oh, and some slime. I thought there was a green poker. I know I've seen green ones. Flies. Where's that? I know I've got a green one somewhere. Oh, figure it out later. Were these the 2D the skyboxes? Yes, they were. Something green is what I'm looking for. That's dark. Sunset, I think it's going to be too dark. I think I'm going to use number 3. Ooh, purple. Yeah, I think they're from the stream. I'm not sure if you're in the live stream. I am in group room 1 chat. If you want to, if you are on Discord, you want to hop in and chat. I don't mind leaving it open as long as it doesn't get abused. I'm sure eventually it will, but we'll go ahead and leave it open for now. I think the orange and red's just too much. I might blend in too well here. Yeah, I think I blend in too well. Excuse me. Now, to be fair, when I get the textures set up better, you're not going to see this bottom part here. Yeah, so you won't see this bottom part anyway. And there'll be other stuff in the background. So that's fine. Is this the absolute bottom? No. Let's bring up the bottom of my camera. Maybe about there. So a 3, a Y min of 3. I'm gonna go ahead and mute that for now until people actually, if someone wants to come in and chit chat, then they can. I think it was 3. Yeah, there we go. Great. Okay, let's get this flag set up so that it will trigger for us. I'm going to put all the scripts for the game in a separate folder because all this other stuff was for the videos demonstration. All right, jump in. Make things a little bit bigger for you. And me. Oh, I'll update Git later. That's one of the things I really like in Visual Studio as well, is that it supports Git right out of the box. And we'll put all this inside of that namespace so we know where it is. Perfect. I'm just going to quickly update now before I start typing. While that's going off, let's go ahead. We'll save this level. And we'll restart it. Hi, Eduardo. Eduardo. And Dr. Knox. I'll read about that later. Okay, looks like the font's big enough. You should be able to read it okay. I'm going to keep a local copy of the state as well. So now I can just go on, trigger, enter. Do I want to do it? Yeah, let's do it with triggers. And this is one of the things I really like about Visual Studio Code is it goes ahead, well, it gives you the summary, the little parameter list and everything else, but it puts everything in there for you that you need. I don't have to go look it up. Sometimes I forget. It's like, oh, is it a collision or a collider? Well, this one here I knew was a collider, but if I didn't know, it automatically goes and puts it in there for me. And maybe I don't know what all the on trigger things are. So I can say on trigger, and look, we have on particle trigger. I don't even think I've ever used that method. A lot of them here. And of course, I actually wanted on trigger enter 2D. So I'm just going to redo that because I screwed that up. We don't want this one. We want on trigger 2D. There we go. So if you want to check the layer or the tag. Let's just do the tag. I've always done the tag before. What did it do there? There are a couple things I need here. I need to set it over to be a trigger. Hey, why is my tag not working? Oops, because it's not in the class. Disallow multiple components. I also want to make sure that we require a component and kind of triggered it. I think I'm just going to use a box collider. And a box collider 2D. I also want to make sure that I'm getting my wake method in there. Actually, I can do this in start. And get component. The component I want is my box collider 2D. And I actually want to go ahead and get is trigger. I want that to be true. Just in case for some reason I forget to set that in my inspector, it'll do it for me in code. Okay. Save that off, jump back in. Where's my flag? Got my flag here. We'll drag the flag script onto it. It adds my box collider. I'm not going to set it as a trigger right off the bat. We'll go ahead and let it set itself. I am going to want to make it smaller though, I think. See the flat or the colliders extending over here. To be honest, the only thing I care about is this part here. But I really just want the flagpole to be the trigger. Let's turn that background off so I can see better. Probably a little easier for you to see as well. There we go. And we don't really need a sprite to start off with. The sprite I want to start off with is this one. There we go. All right, so it's detected my collision. So we'll go ahead and just do, well, we got to get a reference to the animator. Oh. Animate Tor. And I'm going to go ahead. I think I'm only ever going to fire it off once, so I'm not going to bother storing a reference to it. And I just want to check to see if my state is false, meaning I haven't touched it yet. And in that case, we'll go ahead and do Get component dot, oh, sorry, animator. Set bool. I'm going to set it to true. And what did I call that? Level done. There we go. Should trigger the flag. And there we go. And I want it on a layer behind me. I do want it on the default layer. I just want it at -1. There we go. And what time is it? 8:13. I'm going to be on for a couple more minutes. Let's save this time for if people have questions. Let me scroll up a bit. I missed a few. Namespace. I think of namespace as like a folder. I'm putting pieces of code in different folders. It stops you from having name collisions. So if I could create another class in a different namespace or a different folder and call it flag as well. So I technically have two classes named flag, but because they're in different folders, there's like another layer of separation that I can organize them in. That's the main use for namespace. Keep stuff organized. Soloing, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Oh, proxy. Okay, I didn't see people coming into the room for the chat. I've turned it back on. Hi, how's everyone doing in Discord chat? Well, I guess I could. Hello, Discord chat. Okay, there we go. I've got it turned back on, so watch the profanity. Okay, and what are the namespace to create? Okay, something underneath. Yeah, scope. I try not to use as many. When people are asking questions like that, I generally try not to use so many technical terms because they probably just don't understand them anyway. But yeah, basically keeping folders to put stuff in. The main reason why I use require component is it makes sure that when I add that script onto the flag, that these components are already here. That way there, I don't have to worry about when I'm in my code itself. For instance, here, when I go to get component animator, I don't have to really do a check to make sure that the animator component is on there because it should be there. I'm requiring it up here. It adds it for me. Now, there are ways around it. I could go ahead, since I already have this script attached to that component, go ahead and say, I don't know, maybe I'm looking for a circle collider, and I'm trying to reference that. Since I've already added the script, the circle collider will not get added, but it's just one more step to stop those 3 a.m. errors where you're trying to debug something. When you drag and drop it on, those require components will be added if they're not there. There we go. Any other questions? Go ahead. Post them. Oh, but you hear the sun running around. What's he still doing up? He's supposed to be in bed at 8. No, that's only a quarter after. Yeah, sure. What was it? I don't. We can talk after the stream, though. Okay, so let's pretty much it for this. I thought I'd get more done, but we end up talking, so that always happens in the live stream. The good old days of Twitch. Okay, if anyone has any more questions, post them up. I'm probably going to log off around probably another 3 minutes. Got to get the little one to bed. We've been streaming for just over an hour. That's roughly what I wanted to stream for, was about an hour. When you do that, I'll keep working on this. So we got that. I need my area effector right here. There we go. Snap to 45. I also want to change the color of this just for display purposes. Oh, sorry, it's up here. I could go ahead and make a new material and add it to it if I wanted to, but I'll just use the one up there. Okay, area of effector. One thing I want to affect is the player. I won't use global angle. I'm going to use mine. 90 degrees, so it'll blow me up this way. I'm probably going to want more than that. And with the force in the rigid body, because I don't want it to spin me around. And I've got to get on the other side of that first. And it's probably been 3 minutes, hasn't it? Just got busy doing stuff. Oh, we got 1 more minute. Nope. Did I do something wrong here? Not enough force. Oh, is my player on the player level? He is. When in doubt, crank the force. Oh, that's the angle. Duh. When in doubt, crank it up and see where I land. It's enough to keep me in. Well, there I go. Take that collider off. Well, it's no such a trigger. Well, we'll play around with that later. That'll be tomorrow or the next stream. It's 8:20. Let me see if there's any other questions. If not, we'll go ahead. We'll shut this down and get that young one to bed. Looks like nothing else. Okay, so I'm going to try to start making Sunday streams a regular thing. I'm not sure. I probably won't be able to do it this Sunday. I've got to get stuff cleaned up, moved around. I've got some in my workshop. I'm starting to set up webcams so I can even do some work stuff out there, provided it warms up. My workshop isn't heated, and right now we're going through a cold spurt, so it's kind of chilly out there. I don't really want to be working with electric saws and jigsaws and everything else when it's cold. That's fine. There'll be another one. I'll try to get one a week up. We'll see. Okay. There's no other questions, then I'm going to head out. Bye-bye, everyone. Thanks for showing up. I'll see you all in the next one if you show up. Bye-bye. How do I stop it? Just let it go 24/7. I think it'll only go for 4 hours now, unless they change that. And then it stops on its own. Either way, bye-bye.